Welcome to Football Fun exclusive podcast. Bruce alongside Chris. This is a place where you find real fans with authentic views. Tonight, Chris, how you doing, Chris?
I'm good, dude. I'm
All
good.
right, good, good. Tonight we have a fan with us. I'm not sure which club he supports. Mr. Bedrock himself.
It's
Right,
a, it's a Manchester.
As Manchester. All right. Bedrock.
that, you know.
Good. This season, Bedrock. This season, we're at the back end of the season. Um, Quarter game left to go, like 1/3 game left to go. Um, but at the beginning of the season, three ball was signed for totaling $274 million. Three Lukaku, Sancho, and Jack Grealish. I want to rank these ballers. I mean, one being the worst, which one is the worst, and then second
One
is
being
second worst.
worst.
Yeah, man. Who the worst sign?
That tricky one.
So one cost 100 million, one cost 197 million, and one cost about 70 some million there, about Chris. Which one is the worst thing so far this season? I've been the worst return on the investment so far.
Who are you asking?
Anyone can shoot. Anyone can go. You want to go, Chris? I mean, you can jump at it.
Yeah,
Go
man.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
let Bedrock, because I think everybody knows who is last.
Yeah, man. Shoot, man. Surprise us tonight.
All right, so for me, I think Sancho is third, Grealish second, and Lukaku is first. So Sancho, I can give him a pass because he's on one of the worst teams in this conversation. Yes, which Manchester United, it's like a nearly team. It's not really built, so I give him a pass. So it's his first season. Yeah, so he needs time to adapt. Grealish was in the league, right, and he's playing for Manchester City. Manchester City, you won't get a lot of time to adapt to how they play, and Grealish is a different type of player from. I think the Grealish signing was just Pep trying to buy the competition. He didn't want him to go to Manchester United. He didn't want him to go to Manchester United. No, he didn't want him to go to Manchester United. I don't see why Pep wanted Grealish. Grealish sucks in players. He doesn't pass the ball fast. So I don't see this signing as a need for Pep at the moment, but he still did it. So I put him at the second worst of the three, right? And Lukaku is just Lukaku right now. Lukaku has no excuse. Lukaku was in the league before, so we can't say it's his first season. He needs to adapt because he was here before. He's getting chances. I don't know what anybody is saying, and I don't see him doing any of the things that we bought him for. I don't think Lukaku can't even hold the ball up. So it's worst signing for this season. Worst. Yeah, worst.
All right. So I kind of have a similar ranking to Chris. And first, I think we have to take into context the inflated prices these players were bought for. I don't think Jack Grealish cost anywhere near £100 million. I also don't think
Sancho
Should have
coming from a Bayern, a Dortmund that
Bush League.
hasn't won anything.
It's Manchester United.
Always
overplay.
Weren't really progressing in the Champions League. And a couple people might say the German league is a butch league. So I the worst transfer for me, definitely in my view, would be Jack Grealish. I say that for a couple of reasons, and then of course then Lukaku and then Sancho. Jack Grealish week in week out, and some might say this might be a system issue with Pep's system and how Pep wants to play and all of this kind of stuff. And I was watching this documentary and they were talking about football players price tags, and I think John Stones, for example, when he was just bought from Everton,
50 million.
He talked about how the price tags also was somewhat of a pressure mentally, right?
True, it can be.
And I'm wondering if any of that has had an impact with Jack Grealish himself. But really, I haven't seen him perform the way in which he was when he was at Aston Villa. Even just taking players on, and of course, some might argue that he's playing out of position of sorts, but I don't think so because he was still playing on the left at Aston Villa. off the right side of a front three. But he hasn't. How many goals he's had? How many assists he's had? How many successful take-ons? It's not it for a team that's sitting on top of the league. His contributions to that, I feel, is minimal.
That's true.
Lukaku, I said it the other day too. I don't necessarily see what the reason for that transfer was.
Rubbish.
Team of a failure.
That's a rubbish.
Yes, he had a good season with Laturo in Inter, but if you look at the Italian league again,
Not the most competitive right now.
you're supposed to can score a couple goals in that league.
Barca beat Inter Milan. That league is not competitive. Barca beat Napoli. The league is not competitive right now.
I've not necessarily played as many games. Kind of inconsistent too. And then United, manager-wise, you're making a transition between Ole and now you have an interim manager who have a different approach to the game. So you don't necessarily see. Yeah, but if I should rank them, the worst transfer for me definitely would be Jack Grealish. I just can't justify the price tag.
Oh no.
The city fan is right there.
All right. Hold on.
But just personally, just watch as a football person, as a football fan who probably don't have any idea about the game. Just looking from the outside, without understanding everything else. If I would make a conclusion, he would probably be my worst transfer this season.
Then Lukaku,
then Lukaku, then Sancho.
What's yours?
Me have to give numbers, right? So the numbers. So Jack Grealish 25 games, 3 goals, 3 assists.
That's rubbish.
Well, calm down. A total goal contribution of 6.
Not good enough.
Sancho. Sancho. 29 games, 4 goals, 2 assists. So statistically, his contribution is worse than Grealish. Okay, let's go to the big one now. Lukaku, 28 games, 10 goals, 2 assists, 12 goal contribution.
Yeah.
If you look at that, you say to me that Lukaku and the stat sheet, both of them attacking players, they should score goals.
Right.
And the stat sheet, Lukaku is doing better than all 3. And I can say to you that at initial stage, before at least at some point in the season, we can say where Lukaku was contributing towards Chelsea.
And that 12 is across our competition.
Yeah. But in the league, at one point, Lukaku scored about 3 games straight, Chris. If Miami, he was on fire in the league. He was on fire. Early season, it was out of blocks.
Before he did the interview.
Fine, before the interview, whatever the case may be. But unlike next 2 players, Lukaku made a stride in the league early. So far, Sancho, Grealish have not made any impression in the league at any point in time. I think for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. No point in time. So I'm still in between opinion between Jack Grealish.
I'm going to change what I was saying. Bedrock is right.
But Sancho though, the thing about Sancho, I'm really disappointed in Sancho. You know why? I think Man U pursued him 2 years in a row. I think that much I take 100 million for him to run. My colleague here, cost Pep every day. Oh, Pep make a talent run through the door. But so far, he has been poor, Chris. And Grealish.
Hold on.
The thing is,
is Sancho poor or is Manchester United poor?
Sancho been poor too. You've been poor.
But on a whole, is Manchester United good?
So we're talking about Man U.
We are talking about Manchester City. Manchester City is good. Grealish is poor.
So
is Sancho poor and Manchester United good?
So fine. But your point now. Here why I give Sancho the worst signing, right? City can afford to lose that money and can spend that money and wait for next season to come around and for him to be good.
Manchester United can do it too.
Hold on. No, not this season. They're relying on Sancho to play right now. They're trying to mean top 4. City going to win the league without Jack Grealish making a significant contribution to the season. They're going to win the league without Jack Grealish. Matter of fact,
2 weeks ago, that was a good statement.
Hey, Chris.
We're not sure if City.
Jack Grealish. Well, no, they can still win. They can win Champions League. They're still better in position to win the league, win Champions League without Grealish making any significant dent in the team. So therefore, you can say, "Oh, I signed for the future." But Sancho, they need him to at least Champions League next season. But so far though, so I'll go with Sancho first, Greenish second, and Lukaku as my runaround. Lukaku, I flip skip around, Chris. Lukaku, he's been pressured, but I think Timo Werner played 52 games last season. I'm not sure why about Lukaku.
I'd like a minute for a rebuttal.
Timo Werner played 52 games last season, better. What goal did he score? Little more than handful, 2 more than handful. The entire season. Hence why Chelsea had to spend $15 million. But guess what? They wanted somebody who
Tino had at Red Bull before.
He scored about 40 for the season.
Wow. You really thought, Chris? Better me look for his stats. Anyway.
No, hold on.
What would cause
I can defend Timo. Timo scored a lot of offside goals. Timo scored about 53 offside goals. So it's not that he wasn't scoring, it was just offside. I remember one game, I remember once we played Leicester and Timo scored twice. And then both of them were offside. I'm like, dude, this dude cannot catch a break. And even the commentator was saying it. I think he scored about 6 offside goals in a row. And the commentator was saying he has to give Timo Werner a lot of credit. Because after a point, like you score 6 offside goals, when you score another goal, you kind of expected the offside flag to go. But he was celebrating. Because I remember this dude ran, he slid on his knees and everything, scored against Leicester. Pull up the replay, Timo Werner offside. Did it again, pull up the replay, Timo Werner offside. Right? So for me, I think it was, and it's the nature of Chelsea, right? It works for us as a club, But I think it was very quick to get rid of him, to replace him, because I think he did the first season and he acclimatized himself. He was acclimatized to the league because he was very honest. He was saying that the players in the Premier League are bigger than the players in the Bundesliga. They are bigger and faster. So it was a whole process for him. And I think he was just a victim also because he didn't play with a player like Fabregas who could, pick that pass from way out, right, and just send him on a run.
So
because
he was honest and Lukaku kill Lukaku for his honesty. I don't understand that.
No, I'm not killing Lukaku for his honesty. Lukaku is whining. He's soft. He's whining. Lukaku went in an interview and said that the coach is not playing him and he's fit. No, Timo Werner is not saying that. Timo Werner is not even playing right now. You don't hear anything like that. Oh. So Lukaku turned us against him from the beginning because we were defending him and then he did that. So right now we want to sell him. I told you if it was me, he would play the under 23s for the rest of the season. For the rest of the season,
I still think Lukaku have goal contributions left in him for the rest of the season.
I think so.
No, I'm saying after he did the interview. I think he will score. I think he will score. But after he did the interview, I was like, no. But he has to score 15 goals with the under 23 to earn back his place in it.
But truth is, Chris, I don't think Chelsea have been brilliant either. I mean, you can't blame you Japan title race because of Lukaku. I think
he got some clinical chances. Lukaku, listen, you cannot make excuses for a $97 million striker who misses the ball in the box in the 6-yard box.
So what Timo Werner missing last season for $70 million?
Timo Werner was for $53 million. Oh. It's not for no 70-something.
Okay, let me say 53, but
of course, you know why? Timo Werner is not as old as Lukaku. We can't sell back Lukaku, so he has to come and deliver. We can't sell him back. We need to win the Champions League to pay back this.
So if Chelsea, who would Chelsea have gone in the market for?
They wanted Haaland.
With Timo's feelings from last season.
Yeah, which forced him to spend all that money.
I think they wanted Haaland, and I was a bigger supporter of the Haaland transfer than the Lukaku transfer, because if I buy Haaland for 250 million, I can sell him back for 150. If he doesn't perform, somebody will want him. But I don't think anybody wants Lukaku right now. We're just gonna take a L.
I'll take him.
Nobody wants Lukaku, and Lukaku doesn't want to fall off the step and go to Arsenal.
If
so that won't work.
Anyway, Arsenal is 5 points behind Chelsea. The game in on. Let's take a pin there. But anyway.